Dames en heren, welkom. Mijn naam is Timo de Rijk. Ik ben directeur van het Design Museum Den Bosch en we staan bij de introductie van de tentoonstelling Victor Papanek, The Politics of Design. Deze tentoonstelling gaat over een van de belangrijkste critici, ontwerpers van na de Tweede Wereldoorlog. Victor Papanek. Van geboorte een Oostenrijker, maar heel gauw, eind jaren 30, Amerikaan geworden. En hij was een van de mensen die als geen ander één ding voorop stelde in het ontwerpen. Verantwoordelijkheid. Wat doe je als ontwerper als je in een omgeving moet werken waar veel te veel geld is, waar dure dingen worden gemaakt, waar overbodige dingen worden gemaakt. Ik mocht als jongeman 1 keer Victor Papanek een hand geven als student aan de Technische Universiteit Delft, waar we een congres hadden georganiseerd waar Victor Papanek zou spreken. We liepen met hem op en er was een lezing bezig van Italiaanse ontwerpers die trots waren op hele dure dingen die ze gemaakt hadden, luxueuze producten. En op de vraag of dat wel een plek in de markt had, zeiden de Italianen, who cares? Waarop één iemand opstond en zei, maar mij gaat het wat aan. En dat was Victor Papanek. Dat is in een nutshell waar Victor Papanek voor stond. Verantwoordelijkheid. Je maakt ontwerpen voor mensen die jouw ontwerpen nodig hebben. En zijn ideeën, zijn ontwerpen, zijn invloed, zijn leerlingen en de betekenis die zijn werk heeft voor ontwerpers vandaag de dag is te zien op deze tentoonstelling. Victor Papanek, The Politics of Design.
I'm Alison Clarke, the director of the Papanek Foundation at the University of Applied Arts Vienna and professor of design history, co-curator of the exhibition Victor Papanek, The Politics of Design. So we're here in the exhibition of Victor Papanek, The Politics of Design, and I really want to start by talking about this particular object. It's a poster that featured on the wall of many design students in the early 70s because it's a diagram made by Papanek, the design critic, the kind of design rebel, and it charts the sort of politics of design. Actually, what is design? And the point about the show and the point about Papanek's work is that it really expands the idea of what design is as a practice. It's about social inclusion, it's about understanding the difference between ethnic, gender groups. It's not a practice about beautiful objects and normative objects. What's so pertinent about this wonderful diagram is that it was first drawn in 1968, so long ago, but everything that it sketches out here is so significant still. It's about status, violence, the kind of feelings and emotions that we invest in the objects and design around us. You know, why do we need the coolest car, the most fashionable pair of shoes? And Papanek was very much a critic of popular culture, from sort of clothing to design. His idea was that we need a sustainable economy of things, not just more and more stuff that feeds our emotional desires. Many design students had this on their wall next to Che Guevara and other kind of rebellion pictures. It was very much a cult object. And if you look at it, what's interesting is it's very interactive, and he designed it with students. He asked them, what is the politics of design? And as they spoke, he would kind of write up on the board. This is his own handwriting and his own design. And then it became this manufactured poster. And you see here the minimal design team. I think this is really a key insight to the theme of this exhibition, because the minimal design team is not some great white male designer at the studio board creating beautiful things. It's actually a team that includes psychologists, designers, anthropologists, filmmakers, and his idea of design and the theme of the exhibition is about transdisciplinary activities within design. As we move into a kind of digitized world and out of the analog, actually what is design for? Whom does it include? Whom does it exclude? And this diagram that tries to kind of summarize the people that would most benefit from design, like children, the elderly, prisoners, groups that normally we don't think as design consumers, this became the basis of Papanek's best-selling book, Design for the Real World, which was published in 22 languages and has never fallen out of print since it was first published in 1970. So this kind of encapsulates the theme, and then the book expanded it, and then the exhibition and its contemporary and archival work really sets up a dialogue about what design is in the 21st century. So one set of objects that I think really exemplifies this idea of socially inclusive design for those on the periphery of society is this set of toys for children with cerebral palsy and autism. We tend to think that social design and socially inclusive design really started in the 21st century, fairly recently. But in fact, these are from the late 60s, early 70s, when the politics of design really became at the forefront of discourse within design schools. The idea that you could change society, make it more democratic through including people, through simple objects like this that would help them in everyday life. So when one has a look at this object in the exhibition, it's a beautiful silk scarf. You might ask, what's it doing in an exhibition about the politics of design? But in actual fact, it's an anti-facial recognition object that's designed by Adam Harvey, a Berlin-based artist and technologist, and Hyphen Lab. And the idea is that its pattern completely bamboozles facial recognition software, feeding it with lots of false facts. So it becomes this political object that can be worn. It's not illegal to wear a silk scarf. It can be worn on demonstrations, in shopping malls, and you can't be identified. And I think the question around this object is, what is the future of fashion? Is it going to move more towards these kind of political garment-wearing sort of rubrics, not just about style and this fast fashion culture?
Hello, my name is Mateo Kries. I'm the director of the Vitra Design Museum, and I would like to say a few words of greeting for the opening of the exhibition Victor Papanek, The Politics of Design in the Design Museum Den Bosch. First of all, I would like to thank the Design Museum Den Bosch and its director Timo de Rijk for having brought this exhibition to the Netherlands. And we would also like to thank the Victor Papanek Foundation in Vienna and its director Alison Clarke for having collaborated with us on realizing this exhibition. Victor Papanek was one of the pioneers of social design, and he anticipated a lot of the thoughts that today are reappearing in the discourse about design, like the awareness for sustainability, for diversity, for the ecological consequences of everything that we design and everything that we consume. So somehow the exhibition comes at the right moment. It comes at the right moment because Victor Papanek is a figure to be rediscovered in its importance and in its influence on design in the 1960s and 70s up until today. And it's also a figure to be rediscovered in the light of the current situation of the pandemic, where we are all realizing again how closely embedded we are in nature and in ecological systems, and that we must not forget about these relations and that they have to be considered in design as well. The exhibition about Victor Papanek has two levels. One is a historic level, and on that level we are showing the context and the biography of Victor Papanek. We show a lot of beautiful historical documents and design works which are coming from the Victor Papanek archive and also partly from our own collection. And with these exhibits we are showing the work of Papanek, we are showing the biography, how he migrated from Europe to the United States, and how his influence then in the 1960s and 70s became bigger and bigger. We also show a few works that he designed himself, others he designed together with students, or other are entirely designed by Papanek students who worked throughout many years in his life as a professor at different universities of design. The second level of the exhibition includes works by contemporary designers. And with these works we are showing how the questions that Papanek asked continue to live in today's designers and artists' works. Because as I said, he anticipated a lot of the current discourses. So we are showing this connection with the present through works by designers from different contexts, and that they are placed throughout the exhibition and embedded in the historic part of the exhibition. So we really reflect the look at the historic part of Papanek's life with works by contemporaries to show the actuality of Papanek's thoughts. I would like to thank our global sponsor of the exhibition, Volkswagen Group Culture, and I would also like to thank the two curators of the exhibition, Amelie Klein for the Vitra Design Museum and Alison Clarke as the director for the Victor Papanek Foundation. The two have produced a wonderful show which is not only very informative and educational, but also inspiring and I hope even entertaining, with a lot of film clippings and media and also interactive moments. So I hope you enjoy the exhibition, and again my thanks also go to the colleagues at the Design Museum Den Bosch and to Timo de Rijk. Enjoy the exhibition, and I wish the exhibition a lot of success in Den Bosch. Thank you very much. Goodbye.